Hi, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Justy.
And together we're losing it. And we're definitely losing it because we just had a full conversation about if we had too much gray for this podcast. And Justy reminded me that we are coming live to you from a hotel room in Tijuana, Mexico. So right. I don't think anybody really cares what color we're wearing.
Right.
So this is the follow-up to our last episode of pre-surgery for Justy. It's why she's wearing this hot outfit. It's even hotter if she takes her little nightie off.
You might get lucky.
Yeah, so this is the follow-up to that. So this is episode 4, and Yay. This is post-skin removal. So this is after surgery, and so I'm mostly going to let Justy talk about it. And her experience, and we'll pick up where we left off with the pre-surgery stuff. And then if I have any questions or anything that I want to add, because I've been here for the majority of the time with her.
Right.
A day late and a dollar short, but we'll get into that. But I'm going to let Justy take it away.
Awesome. So, well, I guess good news is I made it through surgery. So that's great. But, you know, probably about a week before my surgery date is when the whole Southwest fiasco happened. And I was like, shit. Our flights are Southwest. And so and then there was like weather in different places. And I was just like, you know what? I have this gut feeling that I need to change my flight to get in a day before. And that way I could just be there. In my gut, I needed to be there. And I'm really big on listening to the universe. And making sure
Justy and her darn universe.
Yeah, and making sure that I follow that. You know, I talked to my friend in Florida, and he was like, I think you're overreacting. I talked to some other people, and they were like, oh, it'll be cleared up by then. But I changed my...
said that.
Yeah, she said that. But I changed my flight anyways, because I was like, no, I just want to be there. And so I changed my flight to leave at 7 o'clock at night. So I got into San Diego at like 3 a.m. their time, I guess. Or no, our time. So it was midnight here. And just checked into a hotel. And then the funny thing was I woke up in the morning and I sent staff a text and I was like, it was a delay of our flight.
She
and
let me know that my flight was delayed.
Yeah, so I heard her flight was delayed. So she was supposed to take off at like 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, 11 and get in at 3. And what time did you end up getting into San Diego?
We didn't take off until like 3. And
yeah.
Then we got in. And luckily my connecting flight though was... I didn't get off the plane. I connected on the same flight the same plane I was already on. So I knew regardless if I was late or not, as long as that flight was going, I was fine because I never had to get off. So it was as good as a direct flight, I guess. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but I got in
like 6:30.
Yeah.
This time.
Yeah. So it was a long day of hurry up and wait.
Yeah, but the valet that takes you from the hotel in San Diego into Tijuana to the hospital, they don't really run after certain hours for obvious reasons, safety and that sort of thing. So I came separately and then got Steph a hotel, the same hotel. I just got an extra night at that hotel. They were super nice, and then set up valet service for her to come the next day. But she couldn't get there the next day. The valet service, I think, picked you up at noon. Yeah. And my surgery was at like 9 a.m. So I had a nice night, you know, I just relaxed.
It's crazy. We were only like 25 minutes apart.
I know, right?
The hotel, it was like a 25-minute ride to the hospital, but across the border. So this whole time, like, she's going in the surgery, and everyone's asked me, like, are you there? Are you with her? And I'm like, well, I'm here.
Right.
But I'm not there.
Not there, right. So, you know, I'm a strong woman. Like I obviously love Stephanie's support, and, you know, will repay it at some point in my lifetime. But I was okay with going to surgery alone. I even told her before this whole thing, like, I just don't want to fly home alone. So, you know, but she, can work from home, fortunately. So she was able to come and stay with me the whole time. And so that's been super awesome. So anyway, I got to, Tijuana on Wednesday. They met me, this driver was super nice. They met me right at the hospital. A lady out front met me. Beautiful woman. Everybody here is beautiful.
They really are.
They're so beautiful.
No joke. Like, yeah. We were saying, like, the first of all, the doctors are...
Let me tell you.
We already knew that the one doctor was.
Yes.
And then the other one, he came in the room, and I shit you not, he came in, and me and Justin we're like looking, and he took his mask off, and I'm like...
Oh my God.
His eyes were sparkling, and she's like, wow, you're handsome.
I I was just like struck, you know.
I mean, he really was.
I mean, I'm sure he gets it all the time, but the pictures online of him do not do him justice.
And we're just sitting there like.
And here they had their Dr. Sanchez and Dr. Galvez, and it's like the nurse was like, "Are you Team Sanchez or Galvez?" And I was like, "Listen, I was Galvez until I got here, but Sanchez took the trophy with his salt
and they
and
all
pepper."
know it. But even all the nurses, the valet, like every person that comes in here, I'm like, wait, where are we? Because this is bizarre,
right? And it's like they have been injected with a ray of sunshine.
Yes, and they're also like super friendly, super beautiful, like the nicest people. Even like Mama Josefina, she's like the mother hen on everybody, and she's just like making sure everybody's okay. And I'm just like, can we live here?
Right. So anyway, I was in my room on Wednesday, and they had a series of people come in. I had an EKG done, I had blood work taken, and then I also had a chest x-ray done. And those are the three things that I got done before, like my pre-op, I guess. And then, and a COVID test, which was in the blood work. But, so they came in and told me that all of my stuff came back great, like a few hours later. And then Dr. Galvez came in.
Mm-hmm.
And
dun, dun, dun.
I was like a little bit starstruck, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have to get naked in front of this guy. Like he's gonna see all my everything. But then I was like, okay, Justy,
he's seen all of
he could
like
care less.
people's everything.
I think they did like 1,400 surgeries last year,
right.
all successful. So
no offense, but yours did not stand out.
Right? Yeah. No.
Maybe
he did say when he walked in, he's like, "Have I seen you before?" And I was like, "No." And so anyway, but so he was like the most kind man, just really understanding,
very like humble, right?
Humble, just sweet and kind, just kind.
I haven't met him, just from
like you can just tell that he's doing this because he's got a kind heart, and he's not doing it for money. He's got a very kind heart. Him and I chatted about pastries and coffee, of course, because that's what I do, and his family while he was marking me up. So he basically had me stripped down, and then just very gently kind of, went through my body and marked my body up. And every time he was going to touch me somewhere, he would warn me. He's like, okay, I'm going to touch your arm, or, I'm going to lift up your breast or whatever. And just very gentle and very great.
Did he tell you to breathe? And like,
he told me to breathe and not lock my knees, which I did not listen to him apparently, because like almost all the way through, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to pass out. And he was like, okay. He's like, it's fine. Sit down. He's like, I'm going to go text my wife and kids real quick. I'll come back and we'll finish. And so I sat down for a little bit, and then he got me back up and finished the job. He talked to me a lot about like my health and how, me being a non-weight loss surgery patient is going to help my recovery, how my fat is different, even my skin when doing surgery. And so he did give me a lot of praise on that, which, I mean, I didn't need the praise, but it was just nice. Right. So then he, then he left me. And then throughout the night, I just couldn't sleep. I actually, found out earlier in that day that my, niece had passed away. And so I just couldn't sleep because my mind was going crazy with that, a little bit. And then of course I was just worried and nervous. So in the morning they came in and checked on me like every couple of hours. Someone would pop their head in and, just if I wasn't obviously awake, they would just open the door and shut it. And if I was, they would ask me how I was doing. So in the morning, and I couldn't eat anything after 11 o'clock at night. Oh, and they brought me food right away. So right after they gave me my blood work, they brought me food because they knew I hadn't eaten because I had to fast for like 4 hours. Mm-hmm. So I was like,
feed me.
I was like, yes, feed me. And then they brought me dinner. Of course, it's hospital food. Wasn't bad, wasn't good. So then the morning of surgery, the internal medicine doctor came in, talked to me about just going through, checking who I am, checking the surgeries I'm having. We don't want no mix up going on. And then
I told you were going to be in an ice bath with your liver missing,
right? So, and he was super nice again. Was really, my blood work was perfect, My blood pressure this entire time has been perfect. My oxygen levels, everything great. So I'm super healthy. He asked me about my exercise routine. And, I told him I work out 4 to 6 days a week and pretty intensely. And I, told him a little bit about my diet. So he just took a lot of time and seemed to be very caring and, wanting to know, wasn't rushed at all. And then he left, and then in came the anesthesiologist, who was another good-looking bearded man. He had a beard, though. But he was just, again, asked me the same questions again. They just double check. And he was like, I'm going to be with you the entire time. He kind of held my hand, and he told me, I'm going to be with you the entire time. I do this every day. We're very, very well equipped. He just really reassured me. I don't think I was giving off a nervous vibe, but maybe. He said the only time he'd leave my side is if he had to go to the bathroom.
Which she loved that.
Right.
I was like, did you ask him to hold your hand?
Right.
Go steady.
Right. And then, again, I was kind of half listening to what he was saying because he was so cute. I was like, okay, simmer down, old lady in your prime.
Right.
It's funny because I sent my daughters the pictures. I hope they don't ever see this, but I sent my daughters the pictures of the doctor, and they were like, damn, they're hot. And I'm like, I know, and my boobs were in their hands. So anyway, they didn't get anything out of it, but I did. So then he also said it's about a 7-hour surgery. And I was like, well, aren't you going to need to eat? And he's like, no. He's like, I eat before and I eat after. So we were just kind of talking about that a little bit. And
she's trying to feed him.
I know, right? Listen.
So typical of us.
The way to a man's heart is through his food,
That's
right?
true.
So his stomach, right?
Yeah.
So then he left, and then he's like, I'm going to come back in about 15 minutes and get you. And so he came back and he got me, and he explained everything to me. He said, I'm going to take you in. You're going to lay on your side in like a fetal position. I was in a gown, but they took the gown off when I went in the room. It's you're very exposed, but hey, whatever.
All that skin they were cutting off must have drooped.
Right. Oh yeah, it was all like
Right.
So because they give you an epidural, and then they use an anesthesia that is where you breathe on your own. So you're completely under, but you breathe on your own, so you don't have to have like the tube down your throat. Like he explained all that to me. They put you under before they do the epidural. He said, because the epidurals sometimes aren't pleasant. So we just put you under, get you in position, put the little stuff in your IV, and bye-bye Justy. So, and I literally remember him saying, okay, we're going to put it, you're going to go to sleep now. And literally as soon as I heard the word now, I was done. And I guess I woke up 7 hours later. So then once I woke up, I was in the recovery kind of room, I guess, for a little while before they brought me back to my room. But I had no nausea, no dizziness. I felt no pain. It was great. And I know Steph was kind of talking with my mom.
Yeah, I stalked the Instagram.
Yeah.
Stalked Dr. Galvis's Instagram because I'm like, I know he posts everything. So and obviously he's not like, oh, let me run over and post. I just made a cut. So I'm like trying to be patient, but I'm just like. Yeah,
my friend Pippa that's in Zimbabwe, she's in Africa. She was stalking it, and she's on a totally different time zone. So yeah, that was kind of weird that they could see what was going on while it was kind of going on, but
a little delayed. But yeah, yeah. By the time I saw your back, because the back was the first part. He was probably already, it was hours into the surgery, so it was probably already on to something else, So
they also added in, at the end, he was like, hey, this is when he marked me up, he's like, I can take some of this fat, and we can process it and put it into your butt if you'd like, and I was like, yes, please. And so I have some fullness there, which I've never really had fullness. I've always had, a really flat ass, and it's not gonna be this amazing Brazilian butt or anything, but at least it doesn't look like a dead chicken skin, so I'm happy with that. And then I guess I didn't know that my kids didn't know I was going to Mexico.
I was Listen, let me tell this part of the story because
okay.
here I am, like, I've got everybody's phone numbers and I'm keeping everybody updated. And then I was like, wait a minute, because I didn't think about this ahead of time. I'm like, I'm going to be in Mexico, because this was while I was still in San Diego. And I was like, I can't use my phone in Mexico without having like an international plan. And I didn't do any of that. And I'm like getting ready to head to, you know, Tijuana. And I was like, I guess I'll just go Wi-Fi and do WhatsApp. So I looked, I saw her daughters were on there and I didn't see her mom. So I put her daughters in her group and I messaged them and I was like, hey, I don't see your grandmother on WhatsApp. So you're going to have to relay to her because I don't think I'll be able to text once I'm in Mexico. And her one daughter, Maddie, was like, why are you going to Mexico? And I was like, to be with your mom? And she was like, stop, Steph, shut up. And she really thought I was lying to her. She just kept telling me to stop. I'm like, her surgery's in Tijuana. And she was like, what? No, it's not. Steph, stop lying to me. And I'm like, no, for real.
Oh gosh, I can't laugh.
So then minutes later, I was texting with Justy's boss, Frank, and I'm texting him, and I was like, I don't see you're on WhatsApp, and I'm probably gonna have to, same story, you know, won't be able to, once I get to Mexico, I won't be able to text, I'll have to go to WhatsApp. He was like, Mexico? And I'm like, yeah, what the hell, Justy? And I was like, and she's already under at this point, and I was like, this bitch left me with all her dirty work. I'm like, she got me doing her dirty work over here.
I assumed that my daughters had watched the podcast, so
right?
Stephanie,
and that was exactly what I said. I said, well, I guess y'all don't listen to our podcast because we were pretty open with it there. Yeah.
And then Frank, you know, he's a little bit older guy, super awesome and great, but he has like some paternal instincts when it comes to me.
That's the first thing he said to me. He's like, my paternal instincts are kicking in. I was like, listen, she's in great hands. I'm like, we've been following this doctor forever. It was a lot of research. It was a lot of thought went into this. Yeah. We know people, you know, or have followed people and kind of know people through Instagram. But I mean, there are people I talk to daily. So yeah, that have gone there. She's fine. She's in great hands. And he's like, okay. Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, he thinks I'm probably one of the smartest people. And so he, I'm sure he trusts me, but again, you know, I didn't like not tell him, but I just didn't tell him. So I was just like, oh yeah, I'm flying into San Diego, and kind of left it at that, which was absolute truth. I just didn't want to divulge all the information to some people that I know that would have an opinion, because my mind was made up, so why waste my energy?
And she said her mom 100% knew.
Oh yeah.
But like when I was talking to her daughters, they're like, oh my God, you can't tell grandma. I'm like, oh,
she already knows.
Okay. I was like, well, I'm not.
Because mom listens to podcasts.
Right. I was like, well, I'm not. If we put her in this group message, I'm not you guys can tell her. So we're like all going around and around. Who's going to tell her?
My dirty work for me over here, so... So anyway,
like, only Justy.
So there's that. So then once I got to the room, I mean, yeah, I just slept. I think I slept for a good couple hours. I remember waking up at 11 o'clock at night. There were 12 the night of surgery, and I could not sleep. They have a little...
Yeah, you barely slept the night of surgery.
I did not.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I just was asleep for like 7 hours, but they had a little... I don't know, little couch cot thingy that Steph slept on.
It was a little pad. Like, I was like, it's like
pad,
camping.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she slept on that, and then I didn't sleep at all. And then the next day is when they brought us over here, right?
Yeah, she was like chit-chatting with me. And I love my sleep. And so it was like middle of the night, and something, because there was like the light behind us, and you know, the nurses come in and out throughout the night, and I got up for something, and then she was just like talking to me, and she's like, da-da-da-da-da, and she's all chipper, and I was just like, what? And she just kept talking, and I was like, well, this is what you're here for, Steph, so okay. And so like, I was like, oh, okay, and I'm like having conversation, and it was probably like an hour later, I was like, I think I'm gonna sleep a little more. And you could ask my husband, he'll tell you, because he comes in and talks to me all the time in the middle of the night, and I'm like, and just come in to tell me something, and I'm like, why would you wake me up to tell me something?
And I'm still waking up at 5 a.m. here. Right. I mean, that's 8 o'clock at home. Right. I'm just early. I don't sleep. Yeah. I don't sleep well, and I don't sleep in. So,
Then I'm up watching TV and I'm trying to be quiet because I'm opposite of her where
Right.
I stay up later, but I'm trying not to get too far out of control because I don't want to get home and I'm staying up till, it's 3 a.m. there.
So the internal medicine doctor came back in before we left and kind of went over everything and I guess released me to come over to the recovery room, which is at the Hyatt here in Tijuana. They brought me in a wheelchair, wheeled me into my room, and ever since then, and that was Friday, so this is now what is it? Today's Tuesday. This is now Tuesday, who knows?
Today.
And the care has been awesome. Like the nurses come in every 4 hours.
Yeah.
They have this system where they have my medicine in a bag, everything's labeled. They show it to me before they give it to me. Each nurse signs in and signs out. They give me a bath every day, which I've never been bathed by another human being before, and I quite enjoy it.
Spoiled.
Yeah,
man.
so I quite enjoy it. Mama Josephine is awesome. She rubs lotion on my legs before she puts my compression socks on, and puts lotion on my arms before she wraps them, and she braids my hair differently every day, like I'm her daughter.
Right.
It's just so cute.
It really is.
Yeah. And then Dr. Galvez's mom makes meals, lunch and dinner, for the patients if they want it. And I was like, yeah, I want it. So we get breakfast at the buffet. Steph
It's a
goes
great
down.
buffet, too.
Yeah.
It really
It has
is.
chilaquiles, and I've had chilaquiles every day, so I'm a super
She
happy
has.
girl. But I'm trying to keep my protein.
And the buffet was literally, for the most part, today not so much, but for the most part, it was like all protein. It's eggs and beans, and they had a couple different kinds of meats the one day. I was just like, holy moly, this is like great.
Because I need to get 100 grams of protein a day.
Which is what I have to get as well. So.
Lower carbs. Again, Dr. Galvez was like, you're hungry, eat. He's like, you can eat, because I don't have weight loss surgery. So he's like, that'll just help your recovery because you're not limited.
Right.
And so, so that's been great. The food has been great. The valleys bring the food around noon and then around 5. Actually, Steph and I are splitting every meal.
It's worked out great because I travel with snacks. A lot of people know that I travel for work and whatnot, and so I always have like my protein bar box and like protein stuff, and I try to either get or bring meat sticks and cheese and nuts, and that's like my staples for like snacking and whatnot. Well, I've turned the meat sticks and cheese into lunches sometimes.
An adult lunchable.
My adult lunchables, which I enjoy. I had one today. And then, or like today they brought a steak, like a rollatini, and it had like these vegetables stuffed inside of it. I pulled the asparagus out and gave them to Justy because I don't eat that nasty stuff. But
I love
like we split that, and it was a salad, soup and rice that came with it. So it's like, for some people they'd probably be like, oh my god, I'm starving, it's not enough, but we split it and we're perfectly fine. And we've actually, this is the first day that our fridge has been like emptied out. I brought back like hard-boiled eggs from the buffet, so I keep a couple of those in the fridge. Yogurt. We bring back Greek yogurt, so we have like snacks. I brought like some peanut butter back, so I bring extra stuff back from the breakfast buffet. I mean, maybe I'm breaking some rules, but whatever.
Right.
But between that and the snacks that I brought and protein bars, and we have protein shakes and flavored water, we're good.
Yeah, we're doing really, really good. So I guess from here on out, tomorrow I have my post-op with the doctors. I don't know who's coming, but I know which one I hope is.
I didn't bring an appropriate outfit.
I know, right? So anyway, Steph's gonna put some makeup. I don't even bring makeup.
I don't bring makeup. This is what you get.
I mean, I didn't even have to bring underwear to this place. Right. So
she literally came with a carry-on. I'm like with my 2 luggages, but I did bring extra stuff like protein shakes and water and stuff.
Because she's a planner and I'm not. Yeah. So I go into.
I'm like busting stuff out of my bag. I'm like, here, I have this, and she's like, oh great, my lotion. She's like, thank God you brought that lotion.
It's so funny because I'm surrounded by people who plan and I'm just not. So like I'll just, I don't know, go into the woods with a bottle of water and not think about it and, figure it out as I go.
And I pull out my snack
She's got snacks going. She's got a cooler for when we get back.
I have a cooler bag. I have an ice thing.
Ice, yeah. So I guess we're a good pair. It's probably annoying.
She shares her food with me, so we're good.
Right. And it's probably annoying to other people that I'm so like nonchalant about things, who are, but hey, it's me and
I'm used to it. It doesn't faze me.
Yeah. it's crazy that I like run businesses, but whatever. So yeah, I have my post-op tomorrow, which is Wednesday. And then Thursday, I have another day here. And then Friday, we leave. I got 2 of my 4 drains out already.
Yeah, they came out 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago. The other ones are looking pretty good. So I'm hoping those will come out because...
Wait, let me tell you. So they're like, you have someone at home that could take it out. First she says her mom, and we all know her mom's not doing that.
Right.
And I was like, I guess it's probably going to be me.
Yeah, so you just got to pull.
They were like, why don't you come take a video of it? And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, it's on my phone. I'm like, ugh. So there's a video of the drain coming out on my phone, so I know what to do when the time comes.
Right. So key to that is just keep pulling.
Right.
And it was weird though because you could feel it like go through my body.
And I watched the whole thing, and then they pulled the end piece out, and it's a little bit thicker, and I saw it come out. I was like, blah. But this is why I don't work in the medical field. I'm a chef. I get it after it's already dead.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, me too. I always wanted to be a nurse, but like I just can't do the bodily fluids. So they got my drains out. I've been off of my pain medicine pump since Sunday night, and I've just been taking Tylenol, and they give you muscle relaxers. Every 4 hours, the nurses come in and take my vitals, and they ask me if I want pain medicine, but I've only been taking the Tylenol in the morning and at night. I think the worst part about recovery is just, pooping.
There's been a lot of poop talk here.
Super constipated. For the first couple of days, they gave me a stool softener that didn't really do the job. Then they gave me this spoonful of
magic brown.
It's magic
prune
paste,
or
so
something.
It's this prune paste, and that got the train moving. But the train
Mama Josephine told you it was coming.
Right? Yeah, she warned me. So the train was moving a little too fast. So I didn't take that prune stuff again, and I didn't take a stool softener the next night. And then things didn't happen again. So I've been on stool softeners for a couple nights. Today it's been great.
We've had several trips where your bodily fluid has been an issue.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I typically, I can't laugh, so I'm trying not to. But typically when I travel, I can't go to the bathroom. I can go to the bathroom in my home. I can go to the bathroom in my mom's home. And usually at like my place of work, but usually just in the handicap stall. I don't know why. It's just a thing.
Your body knows it. But also, I'm thinking back to you like puking on that cruise.
Oh yeah.
So your bodily.
Yeah.
In the room.
There's that.
The room.
Yeah.
And on the beach. Yeah.
I have not had a pina colada since.
Neither have I.
No.
We're scarred for life.
Or jerk chicken, because that was not a good combo.
And Justy is I'm going to overshare your info.
Fine.
She's definitely afraid of puking. She absolutely hates it.
I'd cry.
Scared,
yeah,
right.
I hate it.
And I get it, because nobody's like, oh my God, I love puking. It's great. So nobody's like that. But she's just got like this severe. And so then you add that to after having surgery, and nobody wants any parts of that. And so, she's luckily we hadn't gone there, but the constipation is another thing. And I can speak to that just from having my surgery, because, my stomach was all cut up too. When you're constipated and your stomach's cut up and you have to push, oh God, no. That's why she's like, oh, I can't laugh.
Yeah, I can't laugh. They did muscle repair. So the surgeries I got was muscle repair, a full abdomen lift, which is a lower body
belt lipectomy.
Yeah, a lower tummy tuck.
Yeah.
A reverse tummy tuck, and then an FDL that goes from up to down. And then on the back side, I had a brassiere torsioplasty that goes my bra line, and then the back, my butt was lifted. And then they did muscle repair, and then they put the fat into my bum. I was like, don't waste that good fat. That shit has been hanging on for years. So
let's flavor, man.
Right. So, and then I also had my arms, and I had an extended arm lift that extended not to my forearm, but extended down through my armpit, down the side of my torso to connect to the incision that's going around. So that was a lot of surgery at once.
Any like having to like bear down to
go
use
to
the bathroom, or also she's been having like a tickle in her throat, so she's like coughing, and she's like,
I'm like,
she's trying not to cough. I'm like, are you choking? I don't know what's happening. Do I help you?
Because I have like phlegm, and there's like this tickle in my throat. And you know how when you get that tickle, you just cough and cough and cough. At least I do, to where I kind of pee my pants a little. That hasn't happened here yet, because I'm not allowing myself to cough.
And you're also not really wearing pants. Sorry, I can't make her laugh.
blowing because I can't laugh.
But yeah.
So yeah, I'm not wearing pants. I am wearing.
I've seen more of Justy this week than I ever thought I'd see.
Yes, in all its glory. I have a faja on, and then I have a little belt that's holding my drains, but there is a slit in the faja, so it goes from crotch to culo, so you don't have to take it off when you go to the bathroom. So she's.
But in the beginning, there was fear that the slit didn't come up high enough.
Right.
She's like, Stephanie, can you help me? So I'm like back there, like trying to like pull it. First of all, it's like Spanx, so I'm trying to pull on the Spanx and lift them up, but not like pull anything.
Right.
But I wanted the hole to be high enough so when she's obviously you don't need the whole visual, but when she sits on the toilet, so we don't have like a whole scene on the back of it, because that's the one and only. You've only got one.
So let me tell you, any person that will like adjust the butthole of your faja is someone worth keeping around. So I'm super, super grateful. And
you'll be adjusting
I'll be adjusting yours
faja at some point. So
yeah, so yeah, I think the thing that I'm just like in awe, and I'm still swollen, but when they take off the bandages for me to shower, I always look, and I'm just like, all of that's gone.
Yeah.
All of the flab is gone. I'm still like swollen, so I'm still kind of thick through the middle, which that'll go down a little bit. And even if it doesn't, I could care less, because all of that fat, and it wasn't even fat, it was really a lot of skin. And he'd said in the surgery that I had a really thin fat pad, and I had a great BMI. So that's good. I felt proud about that because I worked really hard. I did a lot of work with a trainer, probably 3 months prior to my surgery, a personal trainer. And let me tell you, having really strong quads and glutes and abdomen has really helped me be able to get in and out of bed, up and down off the toilet. Because some of the other women here are having issues with just, those things, and I'm not having really any issues at all.
She has only let me like help her twice, I want to say.
Yeah.
Most of the time she's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, I got it.
Yeah. I got the roll down. You got to do this roll thing. So, so that's that. And I'm really excited too about my Kuka, because it's like she's been hiding forever. I don't remember ever seeing her.
Not hiding now. I'm sorry.
Oh gosh. Sorry,
I gotta keep it together.
I can't laugh, and it's really hard. So yeah, she's definitely showing now. So I've always been really self-conscious of that, like in relationships and things, because I'm just like, who wants to go digging through this, So I'm super excited to have that confidence in that area as a woman, as a Scorpio woman. So probably too much information again, but I'm really excited just about seeing her, and she's pretty. I'm just excited to buy clothes.
Yeah, she's been saying that she wants to go shopping.
I can't wait.
She wants to go to Victoria's
shopping.
Secret.
Yes, because I'm not going to wear granny panties every day. I'll wear them a lot of times because, let's just face it, they're like way comfortable.
Right. But in jeans for work.
Yeah, jeans for work. And
she has a skinny outfit.
Yeah, so my skinny outfit is a bodysuit or tank top with no sleeves. A pair of jeans that like fit really nice with a belt. I've never been able to wear a belt. Tucked in. Well, bodysuit would be tucked in. And then just some cute shoes. Like it seems very simple, but I've never been able to wear sleeveless, or tucked in, or a belt. So I feel like that is gonna be my skinny girl outfit. And I'm thinking a bright pink for my tank top. So that's gonna be the first outfit that I buy, and I'll put pictures on our Instagram. And so I'm gonna have to pace myself because I'm a shopper, and
I'm no help because I'm like, oh, Navy has a sale on jeans. Oh, they have a sale on their workout pants. I'm like, sorry.
I just don't know what size I'm gonna be when the swelling goes down, so I'm gonna try to take it easy and just work with what I got for probably 3 months. I can exercise after 8 weeks. I can drive after 3 weeks, exercise after 8 weeks, but that is like light exercising. So like walking, light jogging, that sort of thing. And then I can go back to like my body pump classes after 12 weeks. And I'm going to continue to work out with my trainer. We have a great relationship. I love him. He's been texting me, as well. And so, cause now I'm like, well, damn, all that stuff's gone. So let me see what this body really can do and look like and accomplish. And again, it's really for me. I want to see muscles on my body instead of flab and skin. So
I showed Justy the other day. I was like, look at this. And we're beyond everything now.
right, yeah.
I'm like, I think I have abs. I was like, if you could see like a little line here and here. I'm like, if this like skin wasn't here, I'm like, I think that's an ab. And she's like, I think so.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And it's funny because like I know that I'm really swollen because like before the surgery I could definitely feel my rib cage and my stomach would like go in, my skin would go in kind of a little bit, and now I can't even feel my rib cage at all. So that is all very swollen. So I'm really looking forward to the results of this. Yeah. So I think that's about it that I can think of for our post-op surgery podcast. But
I will say, so we posted the video of, what Dr. Galvez had shared on his stories, and so we have that on our Instagram. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, but you do follow us here and you want to see if you're that kind of person and like to see, but
right,
it is graphic. It is Justy like cut open on a table,
right,
and you see more of her than I have this week,
right.
Yeah, but it's there. So if you're interested in seeing that, check that out.
And then if you have any questions, you can definitely ask. Probably Instagram is the easiest way to ask, and I'll answer any questions, or if you're my personal friend, give me a call or what have you, and I'll be happy to walk you through it. But I cannot explain how much how happy I am that I made this decision and to use this doctor and this staff. I mean, they've just been beyond anything I ever expected.
Yeah, I agree. And they're very clean.
Yeah.
When they before they come in to do any like especially Mama Josephine or whoever's like bathing and having to unwrap and wrap, they spray like antibiotic or antiseptic or whatever, spray everything down before they like take the rolls and the tape and everything, but they clean the whole area before they like will even set anything down. And I'm like, okay.
So I think the next journey is to be getting home to Charlotte on the plane, and I also can't have my dog Sancho sleep with me for a couple of weeks, so that's going to be an obstacle. And I'm looking really forward to being pampered by my mama. So she's there with right now, and then she's going to take care of me when I get home. So maybe in a few weeks or so we'll post another podcast about like once I got home and
healing and
kind of how I'm doing. So stay tuned if you want to hear a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us, and I don't know, I have no idea where we're headed next after this, but we're going to move on past skin removal and into something new. So we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye.